Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now go into the opening statements. We did draw for both seating order, opening statements, and closing statements. And Scott Baker, you are first.
Check. All right. I like to stand out here because I like to speak to people. I don't like to speak at people or talk at people. I think we have too much of that going on in Washington, D.C. I really want to thank y'all all for coming out here tonight. It's so encouraging and heartening to see so many people getting involved now. I think we owe Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid a debt of gratitude for getting so many conservatives up off their feet and involved and active in government again, because we are concerned. But we also have other things to thank for that. It's just the last decade has been just traumatic for our country. You know, after 9/11, we had, we went to war. We were at a war on terrorism. I'm glad the president's finally acknowledged that. In the last speech, we don't have a sensible foreign policy right now. We're giving Miranda rights to terrorists, which is unacceptable. We're not giving our troops what they need on the ground, but we're still sending them over there. You know, 3/4 or politicizing wars. That's not a policy that we need in foreign policy. What a fitting day. Today is Abraham Lincoln's birthday. You realize that? And we're all running in the Republican Party primary. I almost ran as an independent because I'm so frustrated with the Republicans and the Democrats. And I really looked at it, and I looked at the party platforms. I looked at all the independent party platforms, and I said, you know what? The Republican Party platform, limited government, fiscal responsibility, and family values, those are my values. That's what I value, and that's what I hold to. My problem is the people that we send up there that don't stick to the platform. So I decided I'll keep the platform. I'm going to get rid of the people. And that's what I'm trying to do. I think that is the greatest platform that we have, and I think that it's very important that we stick to it. Family values are so important. Limited government is so important. You see the government has expanded so much, so far. But it's not just this administration. It was the Republicans in 2000, 2006 did the same thing, the people that we have there now. Oh, I'm out of time. I'm Scott Baker. I hope you'll vote for me.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. I'm Kevin Brady. The Tea Party's fighting for this country because America's worth fighting for. We've all been so blessed. I grew up in a small town, the Black Hills of South Dakota, about the size of Conroe. At age 12, I was pulled out of my 7th grade football practice and told my dad had been killed. He was an attorney in a small town, took on a case at behalf of the church. He'd been threatened, and unfortunately, when the trial started, the threat, they followed through it, and this man stood up and killed my dad, killed his wife, shot the judge. So my mom was left to raise 5 of us by herself. Well, she taught us to be independent, to have faith in God, to give back to the community in which we live, and that has guided me throughout my life. I was involved in everything in high school, Boy Scouts, church, student body president, even snuck in 2 state championship baseball trophies. I did the same in college, but I had to drop out, ran out of money. So I took every job you could imagine, from curb and gutter to a sawmill to a meat packing plant. I did a manufacturing job as well and waited tables, got my degree. And I went into Chamber of Commerce work because I love small businesses. I love the innovation, I love the jobs they create, and I love helping them grow into bigger businesses. I went to the state legislature because I thought workers' compensation was squeezing the life out of small businesses. I went to Congress right after the revolution because my worry was not that Republicans would go too far. My worry was that they wouldn't go far enough to change Washington. As you know, I've worked my way up into key leadership posts, but all that means is one of my proudest is as one of the leaders of the House Conservatives. I have a 95% lifetime conservative voting record, perfect pro-life record, the only candidate endorsed by the NRA, the only candidate endorsed by Texas Right to Life. In my whole goal, and I tell my wife and my 2 little boys this, my whole goal is to stop cap and trade, to stop this health care, to stop the spending, and give our country back to our future. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Melesio Franco.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Melesio Franco. Sorry my biography wasn't a little longer. They told us to send a short paragraph, and so I'm a journalist, so we know how to write stuff really short. But there would have been more. Visit my website, francoforcongress.com, and there's a lot more. You know, like a lot of you probably never would have thought you'd be here tonight 5-6 years ago. You know, you were thinking, what type of direction is our country going in? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to run against the Obama administration. I'm here running against Congressman Kevin Brady. Since 2001 into 2006, the Republicans held the House, the Senate, and the presidency. What did they accomplish? Spending went through the roof. Earmarks went through the roof. Funding for Planned Parenthood continued. They had the power, but they did not have the vision to use it effectively. They squandered a historic opportunity. If you're wondering why we're in the situation we're facing now with Obamacare and Democratic control, this is why. Because of the failed leadership of the Republican Party. And I, for one, am tired of the hypocrisy of the failed leadership. We have a member of Congress running for re-election. He wants illegal immigrants to obey our nation's laws, but yet he's been arrested while in office. He calls himself a proven conservative, but yet he voted for $700 billion worth of bailouts. You know, I look at your core principles, free markets, limited government, fiscal responsibility. I don't see government bailouts on that banner. I wonder why. The incumbent has also, in 2006, pledged that he would ask for a moratorium on earmarks. Since that time, he's requested more than $260 million worth of earmarks. He wants to be both for and against earmarks. He wants to be both for and against bailouts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm running for Congress, because I'm tired of the hypocrisy, I'm tired of the double talk, and I'm tired of the failed leadership of the Republican Party. The 8th Congressional District race can be another Massachusetts race. And when you send a message to the party that if you get arrested while you're in office, if you vote for bailouts twice, that's not the kind of Republican we need to re-elect. That's the kind of Republican we need to vote out of office. And that's why I'd like to ask for your vote in the March Republican primary. Vote Franco for Congress. Thank you.
Tyler Russell.
Good evening. Is this working? Yeah, it's working now. Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to take a second of my time to thank Suzanne and Julie for putting this on tonight. Look how far we've come. You know, we started in March of last year, and we were just a small group of people back then. And I remember I was in Europe. My wife calls me and says, "Tyler, you're never going to believe what's going on." I said, "What?" "I've just signed my paperwork for Congress, and I don't know what else could possibly be going on back in the district. There's this Tea Party organization, and they're going to have this big rally on tax day." "Wow, Christine, we need to be a part of that," is what I told her. And little did we know that we were going to get over 10,000 people to show up to Rob Fleming Park on the first time we did this. It was unbelievable. And now look at us. We're here tonight to make a choice about who we want to send to our United States Congress. What the decision is that we have coming up, either in early voting or on March the 2nd, is, do you want the same people there that made the problem and are trying to perpetuate the problem, or do we want something new? Do we want somebody with experience to handle the problems of today's challenges, or do we want more of the same? I, for one, am against the status quo any longer. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of politicians who don't listen. I'm tired of people not holding to the platform. We've just heard that. I'm tired of people who tell me they're for national security and then don't speak up when things are going badly for our troops on the ground. We've got to do everything we can as American citizens right now. It is our duty to do the right thing in this election and get some new leadership in our Congress. And I plan to spend some time tonight to explain to you why I should be your next leader in the House of Representatives. Again, my name is Tyler Russell. Thank you for your time.